It's 10 trivia questions on All Elite Wrestling from listener and Patreon subscriber Manny Cortez. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show, and thanks for supporting the show on Patreon at patreon.com/trivia with buds. We are up to 72 patrons, which is a huge number. That's the most we've ever had. So thank you so much for the support, and thank you for digging this show enough to throw a few bucks at it every single month. Today's episode is all about AEW, All Elite Wrestling Trivia from Manny Cortez. But before we get to that, we've got our Geek Out card for you. And the first one is movies, 2 films that take place entirely in one setting or room. What are 2 films that take place entirely in one setting or room? For TV shows, 2 shows on which a character rides a motorcycle or scooter. Okay. For books, 4 titles that take place in a psychiatric hospital. For music, 2 James Bond theme song titles. And for miscellaneous, 2 famous stage magicians. Man, a couple of those I could kill it with, and a couple of them, like, I do not know, I don't think, the titles of any James Bond songs, unless they happen to be the title of the song. Is the title of the movie as well. Like The World Is Not Enough, I think, is the name of the song and the movie. But those are tough. And also the book ones are always pretty tough on these, just because of all these things. I probably have read the least amount of books as opposed to watching TV shows, movies, or listening to music. So 4 titles to take place in a psychiatric hospital would be pretty tough. I can only think of one off the top of my head, but I won't ruin it with my answer if you're playing out loud with your friends, your family, your coworkers, whatever you're up to. I hope it's fun. And I'm so glad you decided to check out the show today. It is AEW Trivia for the wrestling fan in you, and it's starting right now. Here we go. AEW Trivia for Manny Cortez. Let's see what you know. Question number 1. Who made their return to pro wrestling in AEW in August of 2021? Who made their return to pro wrestling in August 2021? Question 2, name the wrestler who is from wherever, weighing whatever. Name the wrestler who is from wherever, weighing whatever. Number 3, what WCW legend is currently working with Darby Allin? Number 3, what WCW legend is currently working with Darby Allin? Number 4, who are the 4 pillars of AEW's future? Who are the 4 pillars of AEW's future? Question number 5, which recent, as of February 2022, AEW signee is very nice, very evil? Number 6, who is the first AEW Women's Champion? Question 7, who is the 3-time Dynamite Diamond Ring winner? 3-time Dynamite Diamond Ring winner. Question 8, what kind of doctor is Britt Baker? Question number 9, what was the name of the main event at Double or Nothing 2020? What was the name of the main event at Double or Nothing 2020? And question 10, who were the first AEW Tag Team Champions? Your bonus question, who's the owner of AEW? For 2 points if you're playing along at home. Those are all your questions for Wrestling Trivia, AEW Wrestling Trivia, All Elite Wrestling. We'll be back with the answers after this quick chair shot. We are back with the answers to AEW Trivia from Manny Cortez. Let's see how you did in the ring with these opponents. Number 1, who made their return to pro wrestling August 2021? This was a big deal, even if you casually watch wrestling. It was CM Punk. from Chicago, in Chicago, at the United Center, CM Punk. Number 2, name the wrestler who is from wherever, weighing whatever. That's Orange Cassidy. Very cool wrestling persona. Number 3, what WCW legend is currently working with Darby Allin? It's Sting! 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 That's Sting, a.k.a. Steve Borden. And the next one, number 4, who are the 4 pillars of AEW's future? Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and MJF, Michael Jacob Friedman. There you go. We have our next question, which is Danhausen as an answer, a recent signee who is very nice, very evil. Number 6, who was the first AEW women's champion? Rio was the answer there. And number 7, who is the 3-time Dynamite Diamond Ring winner? That would be MJF, Michael Jacob Friedman again. And then we've got number 8, what kind of doctor is Britt Baker? She's a dentist, DDS, Dr. Britt Baker, DDS. Number 9, what was the name of the main event in Double or Nothing 2020? Stadium Stampede. That was a big one. They were running all over a real-life stadium. That was kind of cool. And then we have number 10, who were the first AEW Tag Team Champions. That was SCU's Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. And then our last question, who's the owner of AEW? Tony Khan, bringing a lot of fanboys' hearts to melting mode with a lot of these signees like Keith Lee recently, and of course CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Christian Cage, so many big ones. And the biggest news in AEW, Cody Rhodes left to possibly jump back into WWE for WrestleMania season. So we'll see how that all goes and what happens, or if he gets buried like he used to in WWE. We'll see. That is today's episode. Thank you so much for listening and playing along. Your fact of the day is by 2018, the U.S. has 101 people who owe at least $1 million in federal student loans. 101 people somehow racked up $1 million in student loans. Don't do that. Definitely don't take out loans to go to school. And some of you might be going, how am I supposed to do that? Go listen to Dave Ramsey. He talks about it all the time. There's my recommendation for you. It is sound advice, and there's a lot of ways you can go to college for close to free if you just go to community college for the first 2 years. That's a big way to save money. Do it. It ain't going to matter. Nobody checks. I promise you, from my own experience. I worked at a community college. Nobody even checks. All right. That's my rant for you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. We'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.